And we're back for our third match. Thankfully, fellow council member Adam Price stepped up to the plate to fill Nick's spot and hopefully give me a good thrashing. But I mean, that's if you're rooting for them. If you're rooting for the home team, let's hope we put in some work. This hand puts in work. This is a hand with a natural order, 2 mana dorks, Elvish Visionary, Fauna Shaman, all that jazz. I mean, natural order is obviously our game plan here. We're looking to do that turn 3. And depending on his build, we can pretty much just dump our hand. Obviously, if he's on a deck with board wipes, then we're a little screwed. Or black, given that it's Adam hand attack, snow-covered island. So knowing Adam, this is probably battle bots of some sort. Play out this, stomping ground, tap that, play Birds of Paradise, and end the turn. This could also just be a different prison deck. With Adam, it's usually something that's preventing people from playing things. So doubled snow-covered island pass. This is where the counterspells come in. So draw, play an Elvish. Should I play a Visionary? I think I'm going to play a Visionary here. I can play Fauna Shaman to try and bait a counterspell. Yeah, he's going to drain. What is it with us getting mana drained? So that's fine. He mana drains that dude. Play our land. Play out Arbor Elf and pass. The reason we don't play out our land is because if we find a Gaia's Cradle off of Elvish Visionary, then we can go Visionary into Fauna Shaman. And that setup's quite nice. He gets his mana drain mana, has access to 5 this turn. Ooh, Precursor Golem. Okay. So yeah, he's on battle bots. Not the quickest hand, but I mean, turn 3 Precursor Golem is still incredibly scary. 9 power on turn 3. It seems weird to say that. So I'm not going to natural order into a... Or should I? Should I just take this time to NO? If I NO here into Bane of Progress, we get rid of 3 of his things, but I gotta feel like he's going to have more, right? He's got 4 cards in hand. We're not dying this turn, so that's nice. I'm fine taking 6. I could alternatively play out Fauna Shaman. I could Nissa into Fauna Shaman, but then Nissa just dies. I don't like that. Let's just play a Sad Robot. Get ourselves a forest. And pass the turn. Yeah, we can, as I said, we can Nissa into Fauna Shaman, but that doesn't actually do anything. Nissa into making one of our lands a 4/4, that doesn't really progress what we're trying to do. Our game plan against this deck is catch him with his pants down and go for a Bane of Progress. So I'm just going to block this dude and take 6. This guy dies. I draw a card. Hopefully he plays something else, taps down for it, taps out for it. That said, he doesn't necessarily have to because he has quite a lot of pressure already. Ancient Tomb, takes 2, plays out a rock. A rock into a Juggernaut, yeah, Talisman. I don't have the green Force of Will. You can have your Talisman. So he's got Talisman. Oh, he's tapping it. Tapping another thing. Playing a Sphere of Resistance. Okay, that's fine. Ooh, Kessig Wolf Run. That's nice. So I'm going to play the Wolf Run. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cast Natural Order. I can pay for Spell Pierce if he has Spell Pierce. He can't actually counter anything through the Sphere of Resistance. We are going to grab Bane of Existence, killing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this guy becomes a 7/7. Quite nice. Set power and toughness. And then I'm going to play out a Fauna Shaman and pass. This way, if there's some other artifact that, like if he has a Crumbling Sanctuary or some other kind of Staxy artifact that prevents Bane from really getting in, we can Fauna Shaman up Rex Sage. Or if he kills Bane of Progress, we have access to Fauna Shamaning for... What are you finding? Phyrexian Juggernaut. Okay. We have access to find a Eternal Witness to get back Bane of Progress. But I'm going to discard Llanowar Elf, find ourselves a Reclamation Sage, put it into my hand, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 mana. I'll play my land for the turn. Cast Nissa. And then set Nissa to 4 to untap 1, 2, 3. And I guess floating agree. It doesn't matter because we're tapped out. Rex Sage. Blow up this dude. And then crack for 7. Pass the turn. This is along the similar vein of what I had mentioned in the deck tech, where you can have access to more Viridian Shamans. We thankfully had Natural Order hand. We had a Natural Order hand, so we were able to deal with such pressure, like pressure of that Precursor Golem. But if we didn't, then, I mean, we're kind of in a shitty position. So he's on the play. This hand I like keep. If we draw, this is one of those weird hands where if we have a, I mean, we have a, air quotes, turn 1 accelerant through Mana Crypt. And we can't cast Xenaghost, but we can go turn 2 Kozilek's Predator. And we have Collar of the Claw back up, so we can trade Cozy with one of his things, hopefully. Unfortunately, Collar of the Claw only triggers off of non-token creatures, so you can't... What's he doing with the mulligans? So you can't sacrifice spawn tokens to get out a sick Collar of the Claw turn. Alright, he's in it to win it. Even though he did mulligan to 5, BattleBots is one of those hands where if he has the right combination of cards, with Ancient Tomb being one of them, Chalice of the Void is also pretty good against us. It knocks off... Oh, that's my turn. It knocks off, I want to say, 25 different cards, 24 different cards. And those are obviously the important ones, the super cheap mana accelerants. And I don't know if I want to dedicate... No, that's fine. I don't know if I want to dedicate Rex Saging out. That kind of stuff. Because what's the point? But let's play out a Mana Crypt. Tap 4. Kozilek's Predator. End the turn. Save some time. Pass the turn while I find these stupid tokens. Eldrazi spawn. If he slaps down literal Juggernaut, then we can just trade with the Predator and have Collar the Claw up. GT. Oh god, that's scary. Okay. GT, I mean, GT's horrifying to play against with this deck if it connects. The nice part is that we have... he doesn't have a creature. So, let me just odd take damage. He doesn't have a creature, and we also have access to the spawn tokens, so we can just chump block and sacrifice it, so no combat damage is actually dealt. But when a bigger threat arises, then it's a little iffy. The BattleBots deck is somewhat similar to the CradleHoof list in that it does play a lot of very fast mana. So I take 3. Does play a lot of very fast mana and also has quite large threats. So if I... He has blue mana up, and I know he plays counterspells, and I don't think I need to rush into a natural order just yet. I can just attack with the Cozy's Predator. He's taking damage from Ancient Tomb and his Misty anyways, which, I mean, he's doing that as we speak. So it's not that bad of a situation. I cannot stress how ridiculously broken this card is. It's like Tinker, except you win the turn you play it. I mean, Tinker, if you Tinker for Blightsteel, great. You know, usually you're going to win the next time that you turn that sideways. But that's not always the case. Yeah, I guess... Oh, wait, no, he has a natural... Or he has Winter Orb, so I don't want to do that. I was thinking about Thespian staging his Ancient Tomb, just in case we need more mana. So land for the turn. Good old Dryad Arbor. Attack with CradleHoof Predator. Old Cozy's doing work. It's one of, again, this card is certainly a card that raises a lot of eyebrows. Nest Invader kind of slides on under because it's only 2 mana, it's a 2/2, and it makes a dude. That's fine. But this guy's a 4 mana 3/3 that makes 2 dudes, and to see this guy out of limited, yeah, that's game. Mulliganing to 5's hard, and mulliganing to 5 is hard, and then getting the kind of swing that we had is quite powerful. He wants to play another game, that's perfectly fine. That game was very quick. So we could probably even get some more. This match, expect these matches to go quickly. That one is no Lando. Huh. Is this... I don't even think this is good enough against BattleBots. There's no turn 1 accelerant. I'm going to mulligan this. I'm not happy with this. That said, he's on the play. Yeah, we can do better. Evidently we didn't. So let's go to 5. Oh, this is fine. This is hunky-dory. Give him the turn. Oh, that's right, I went first. Huh. Oh, and then if that were the case, I guess going with the first 6 wouldn't be that bad. I mean, I'm not a fan of it, but... Depends on what he does here. It sucks because this Raphaelos doesn't actually do anything. We might just be worldly tutoring for a Dryad Arbor. Jewel Amulet. Yeah, that's fine. Dryad Arbor lets turn... Yeah, okay. That's a lot of mana. Dryad Arbor turns on Raphaelos and Gaia's Cradle. It's not a super powerful play, but it helps us make land drops that are relevant. Like, we can find another mana dork and then play Cradle. But then, yeah, that's fine. Our game plan this game is to try and get as much reliable mana. Like, we can take a couple of hits, but we really just need to hit our curve into Worldly Tutor for a Bane of Progress and hopefully get that underway. Draw this, play this, pass. He's also, since he's on BattleBots, he doesn't exactly have a wide selection of removal spells, so we don't have to worry about too much. He's going to add blue into the amulet. That's fine. Jeweled Amulet, super underrated card. Really good in these kind of decks. Upkeep. His Mana Crypt. Yeah, odd you take damage. That's fine. Oh baby, alright, we got a new win con here. We're gonna try and Mana Crypt him out of the game, folks. We're not gonna try and do that. Edge Champion. Okay. So Edge Champion is scary if it gets a GT on it, but Edge Champion with Lightning Greaves is just redundant at this point. We can still, I mean, our plan is still just try to Bane of Progress him out of the game, and hopefully we can get there. Looks like he doesn't have too many threats, if this is the case. Yeah, that's fine. Suit up. Ah, City of Shredders. Okay, so this is a little scary because now he's reaching Steel Hellkite kind of mana. Duplicant would be a real pain in the ass. 1, 2. Just a stone? Yeah, Guardian Idol, that's fine. I do like taking... Ooh, we're there. I do like taking a couple more risks with this deck than probably necessary. Let's play out a Cradle in case he has days. Play out a Raphaelis. And pass the turn. I do like to take some risks with mulliganing because, again, I like to stick to the rules. Maybe I should have gone off that for that other hand. Yeah, old Rafi. Rafi Toffee. Canadian singer sensation for children all around the country. Rafi. That was awful. And also probably flew right over the head of anybody watching that isn't from Canada. Or maybe even younger Canadians. I don't know if they grew up on Rafi. This is how much interaction there is in this matchup. I'm talking about Rafi as opposed to the Etch Champion that's cracking in. 1, 2, tap low. Come on, you know you want it. That's fine. Okay. Yeah, you got a map. Okay. He can find Academy, but he only has 1 card in hand now. So toggle. So I'm not going to untap this Root Bound Crag. Draw a card though. So 1, 2, 3. Cast Nissa. She comes into play. She's not flipping this game. And actually doesn't do that much. I'm still a little... I don't know how I feel about Nissa. I'm thankful that the pressure isn't exactly there. But this is just 1 card. Like, we are one of many cards away from this game being a different story. He can crack him with his Guardian Idol if he wants to. End up trading for my Nissa. But I'm not going to do that, and frankly, I think he should. Unless he just wants to keep it around as insurance. Other than a creature, there are plenty of things. With Sophie would be a real pain in the ass. Cranial Plating hurt so much. Like, Cranial Plating is like a 2-turn clock. Ah, Rishi P, my old friend. Upkeep. Would you like to tap down a certain land of mine? Would that have... Yeah? Oh, Gaia's Cradle, you don't say. So draw. Play a forest. Tap 3. Play E-Witness. Get back Worldly Tutor. Pass the turn. Crack the map. He could find... He doesn't need any more mana, I don't think, so... I mean, he could get Academy. He could get Academy Ruins and start finding some spicy stuff. Yeah, he's getting Academy. He could get Wasteland or Strip if he's running it to start really clogging down the deck. Clogging down my deck, clogging down my mana. We're in no real danger here. And, I mean, we're at even life totals now. So, we have that going for us. But he's going to crack in for 2 more. Just have to kind of be worried about any potential bigger threats. His first main. Doesn't want to attack on his draw step. Good call. Don't want to have to give him a game loss in this, for funsies game. Down to 12. I mean, tapping down a Cradle is obviously super annoying, but having Raphaelos as backup. What do I want to do here? I think if I untap Rootbound Crag, he's just gonna tap down Rootbound Crag, which is unfortunate. But I mean, we can take her steady. We're almost at Nissa, which is actually quite funny. Maybe I Worldly Tutor for a Wood Elves to try and flip Nissa. That actually seems like the worst. So I will not be doing that. Well, it's not the worst. It's just between Etched Champion that'll crack in no matter what. I get a 4/4 off this Nissa, but that's not super exciting. End of turn. 1, 2, 3, 4. Go to 3. Cast Worldly Tutor. You guessed it. What is he tapping for mana? What are you tapping? Okay. Four, 5, 6. Play the Bane, or rather, over here. It's about as embarrassing as misspelling embarrassing, but hey, we'll let him slide. Super dead that. Okay, yeah, this is the problem with yeah, he's the bane of your deck. That's the problem with decks like BattleBots and even like CradleHoof, right? Is that you get these hands where you're all mana and you have one of these mid-level threats that you're going to play, but it's not going to win the game by itself. So we're going to dive into Game 2 of Match 2. He's on the play. I'm going to draw this as my 7-card hand. And this is the first time that you guys have gotten to see what we call a Dark Depths hand. We're hoping he doesn't have much disruption. But the scrying is probably just going to find a Dark Depths to combo off. He's going to 5 again. Ooh, going to second 5. The classic. Knowing Adam, he's on his version of BattleBots, which has a much higher curve. So there's a possibility, as opposed to like a Phyrexian Ironfoot, Phyrexian Warbeast kind of curve. So there's a chance that he's just getting the hands of all 6 drops, no mana, or all mana, no anything really. It's kind of the price you pay for these kind of decks. but when it pays off, I mean, it's insane. Because usually, you know, going turn one Ram Roller into a... It can be anything. Ram Roller into Phyrexian Metamorph is pretty good. Ram Roller into Steel, something like Steel Golem, Steel Iron, Phyrexian Ironfoot, Trinisphere, you know, the classics. So he's got 3 mana on turn 2. He's got Talisman, yeah, that's fine. He can grab Academy and have 1 explosive turn. Cranial Plating, okay. So he... this hand gets very scary if he has any threat. Nykthos. Shrine to Nyx. Sylvan Scry. This is also one of the nice things about having this kind of combo in your deck, which is incredibly degenerate by itself. But you would be playing Sylvan Scrying and Crop Rotation, Expedition Map. Like, I would be playing all those cards anyways to find Cradle or to find Nykthos or Kessig Wolfrun. But the fact that they can just find a combo that kills people right away, it's pretty insane. Now, if he plays... I don't know if he's on Wasteland or Tech Edge or Dust Bowl, but he can Expedition Map here for Wasteland or Dust Bowl, and then put me in an awkward position where I can't actually Thespian Stage for Dark Depths. I still think it's the right play. Cradle doesn't really do anything at this point, and if I get a Mana Dork, I'm still going to be hitting 6 mana right off the bat. So the Cradle line isn't as much of an accelerant, especially since we have Nykthos in hand, which, because we're not accelerating to a specific point with Cradle before we get our threats out, then we will have our threats and Nykthos for any degenerate turn we might need to take. Also have the spicy line of Garruk, Caller of Beasts into Woodland Bellower into anything, really. Kitchen Finks, as boring as it sounds. Probably Reclamation Sage. Get rid of that cranial plating. Because that's scary if he has some kind of pressure. But it does not look like it. And I'm going to do this right away. So this becomes a copy of this. Legend Rule, this dies because of the having 0 counters. You can sacrifice it, get out that spicy Merit Lodge token, then we just pass the turn. End of turn, he's going to crack the map. He could have Maze of Ith, which is a little unfortunate, because then we end up... Oh, he's grabbing Workshop, okay. Could get Maze of Ith, could find Duplicant, or he could have a Duplicant to get rid of Merit Lodge. And then if he does, we're just dead, because he has a 20/20. Well, we're not dead, but we're pretty darn close. We can survive a couple of turns. If he gets rid of Merit Lodge, then we can chump block with the Findhorn Elves, and then we can chump block with the Dryad Arbor. And then still have the out to draw into the Rex Sage. Because we untap, play a Wooded Foothills or something. Cranial Plating. Attach. He's attacking my Merit Lodge with Cranial Plating. No dice, so that just seems, unfortunately, like it petered out. Well, those have been 2 matches against, I guess, I mean, it's a favorable matchup for CradleHoof, but it's unfortunate he mulliganed, but those are the, them's the breaks when playing decks like this. So hopefully we'll have a 4th round featuring a tempo deck to give a more blue matchups, I guess. I mean, that is a blue matchup with counterspells, but a matchup with heavy counterspell package.
Thank you for watching, and if you like that, be sure to subscribe to our channel for more hidden gems, set reviews, deck techs, and much more. Also be sure to follow our Canadian Highlander Facebook page, and check out our newly updated website at canadianhighlander.wordpress.com. Links for our various podcasts will also be included in the description below. Thanks again, and feel free to leave any questions, comments, or concerns, and one of the council members will be sure to answer as best as they can. And remember folks, there can be only one.